Yeah. Look, shorty, it's a bomb in the building. When I link with you, nothing else matters. What you trying to do? Yeah. I got me some time set aside for you. Yeah. Spend a little more if the vibe is cool. Come and vibe we do. When I link with you, I got the juice that is right for you. Don't be ashamed, spend the night with you. Do all the things that you trying to do. If the vibe is cool, when I link with you. I've always been.
All right, Cornelius, you ready to rock?
Of course, sir. How should we begin?
Yeah, we're just gonna go. We're gonna start with the elephant in the room. We're gonna get that out of the way. Listen. So last couple of days, my inboxes have been blowing up. People, artists, that are trying to play this politics shit. Let me say this right now. Adam Bomb is not playing the politic bullshit in Arizona, okay? Mainly because there's no fucking point. Y'all have got sides in Arizona and nobody's won anything. Nobody's done anything, but yet y'all are so quick to want to fucking pick sides and like, no, you need to come over here. No, you need to do that. I'm not doing none of that. Please understand this. Your op is not my op, okay? That is not how this thing works. If you've got a problem with someone, you need to go handle it. Okay, like it's time to put your big boy pants on and you go over there and get busy if that's what you want to do. Okay, and listen, I have dealt with damn near all of these people. Okay, like I said, I've been in Arizona for quite a while, and have tried to do business or done business with everybody that you can name, and the bomber has gathered quite a bit of information. Okay, like I'll give you a prime example. The first song that I put out when I got serious about music is a song called When I'm With You. Yes, that song. You know, the song sounds great in movies, sounds great in TV shows. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the date night jam. It's a thing for you and your person, yo. It's a home run. You know what I mean? I took that song and gave it to everybody big that you could possibly name in Arizona. I sent out DJ packs, EPKs. There were some folks that got specific, like, damn near hand-drawn, step-by-step instructions on what I wanted to do with the record and how they could assist me in doing that. And you know what I got? I don't think this is the record. Huh? Like, basically, from that interaction, I realized a lot of these people have no clue what they're doing and don't even know what they're listening to. They have no fucking idea, okay? Now, I say that to say this. Even though they might have slighted me and made kind of my moves a lot more difficult, I don't hold that against them. Okay, like I'm not fucking holding some grudge. Like that's just not smart. I got enough shit to like carry. I'm not carrying grudges for people that haven't. It just I'm not doing it. Just because some of y'all are gonna hold these grudges and like want to carry that extra rate with you, like that's fine. Knock yourself out, Tiger. Like it's cool. I'm not fucking doing that. You understand what I'm saying? I will work with anyone. Okay. At this point, like nobody in Arizona, myself included, can like afford to pick and choose. You know, now they have to come to the table with something. The reason why, like, I understand that I've had to do stuff kind of a little bit more difficult than other people is because I make everybody that deals with me work. You're gonna have to do something. Like you're not just gonna show up and like get a check. You're not just gonna show up and like eat for nothing. You are going to provide something that like furthers the goal. There's got to be some place we're trying to get to, and you got to be able to help us do that. All right. And that's a big problem with a lot of these people in Arizona is that they want to eat, but they don't have anything of value to give back. They can't assist you in getting where you want to go. I've told y'all artists this for forever. Yo, these people that, you know, will say that they are the end all be all in Arizona, they've never been to the place you want to go. They have no idea how to get you there. All right. But the problem is some of y'all are still fucking shelling out money. Y'all are still like playing these politic games, picking sides when it doesn't benefit you whatsoever. And you getting mad that I'm not willing to fucking, you know, join the circus is stupid. It's crazy. What? No, the bomber is not fucking gonna go over there and fucking tap dance for no fucking reason. Like, and the fact that y'all get upset about that shit is nuts. Like, it's absolutely fucking out of bounds, yo. I'm just not doing it. I'm not playing the fucking politics shit, yo. Like I said all that to say, yo, get out of my DMs if you have an issue with somebody else. Like I said, you go fucking deal with that, all right? Your op is not my op, all right? If that person comes to the table with something of value, we will discuss it. You got to remember, none of y'all motherfuckers have given me anything. there's not one of y'all that have done anything of like substantial value. Now, obviously, I've worked with quite a few artists in Arizona. Like, they provided their talents, and I am forever grateful for them. Like, they know that. You understand what I'm saying? Like when the time comes and like they want to come, be like, hey, yo, Adam, yo, this is kind of what I need. Can you help me? Of course, bro. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But like for y'all motherfuckers that like don't want to do shit, but like still want to reap the benefits, it ain't fucking happening. At least not over here. In this camp, that shit it's not going down like that. It's just not going down like that. All right. And like again with this fucking politics shit, it's fucking crabs in the barrel. You know what I mean? Shout out to Maze Overlay. You know, he fucking puts out the crabs in the barrel freestyle every year after the fucking participation list comes out. Like, and it's cool. But it's like, yo, a lot of these factions, these little groups, these little cliques in Arizona, like, that's what they're doing. They're the epitome of the crabs in the barrel shit. Like, and you want me to fucking join in? Like, for what? Like, why the fuck would I do that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be so animated, like, right from the jump on this episode, but, like, I can't believe that there are still people in Arizona fighting over these cliques when not one of these cliques have done anything substantial. Like, it's just fucking stupid, yo. So the whole point of this is, yo, Adam Bomb is not doing the politics. I will work with anyone. Come to the table with something of value. What do you want to do? How do you want to get it done? How can I help? Like, we can have those talks, okay? I don't hold grudges, and this is for anyone that knows now that, yo, Adam remembers, like the North remembers, okay? That's a thing, all right? Like, I'm not holding any fucking grudges, okay? I got way bigger fish to fry than that dumb shit, okay? If you got something that we can talk about, we can talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid because I don't know if Adam Bomb remembers. He remembers, all right, 100%. It's just funny to me how so many people have now crawled out of the woodwork that when it comes to me that are their tune has changed. Like, oh, motherfuckers is real friendly all of a sudden. You know, motherfuckers is real polite. Like, shit has completely. We've even had people that have completely shut up. They've completely just, all right, you know, we're gonna scale back on this for a little bit. Like, once again, I reiterated it in the last episode. I'll say it again. The bomber's here to stay. So if you think that you're just gonna fucking wait this thing out, good luck. Like, good luck. You know what I mean? But yeah, yo, Adam Bomb is not doing the politics. I'm here to help. I'm here for the community. I just want to get us to a place where Arizona is a thriving, dominant hub of hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? And to do that, we need each other. And that's why, like I said, it's just not smart to hold any grudges, because I understand that y'all just don't know. Y'all just, a lot of y'all are not who you say you are. And it's cool. Like, I don't give two shits. All right, okay, because none of us are who we want to be. You know what I mean? Now, I wouldn't recommend y'all be fucking putting on a facade, but like, it's not for me to judge. I don't give two shits about what y'all got going on unless it's gonna benefit what I want. You understand what I'm saying? And hopefully, like, we can sit down and discuss something that benefits all sides. Because, like I said, I'm at the point now where I'm calling up people and trying to give them free shit. Like, hey, man, let me help you to see if you can get something cracking for real. And I don't know if people are fucking terrified of Adam, or if like their faction won't let them do it, or whatever. There's been a lot of fucking moves behind the scenes that nobody knows about, that if I told you what the fuck it was, you would be like, why the fuck didn't that happen? Oh my God. Like who fumbled that? Yeah. You know what I mean? But like I said, we're going to leave that alone. If the day comes where we need to talk about some of that shit, we will. But as of right now, I'm just explaining to y'all, I'm not playing the politics game. Okay? I'm not fucking doing it. So please do not get mad if Adam does not run over there and beat somebody's brains out because they fucking did something to you fucking 5 years ago. All right? Like, no, it's not fucking happening. All right? So anyway, that's that. All right? Jesus. Cornelius, where do you want to go? I know we started hot, but like, let's kind of try to mellow this thing out. And like, what do you got next, bro?
How's this, sir? Is Boom Bap Arizona's new sound of music?
Oh my God! I said I was trying to mellow out. Look, yo, the world's in trouble when like the AI is instigating shit. All right, but whatever. Okay, so the Control Room Podcast. Like, look, first off, I really like their podcast. I do. I think that it's got a lot of potential. Every once in a while, they do something where it's like the setup was just brilliant. It was amazing. This episode that they did recently should have been the best episode from an Arizona hip hop podcasts of all time. But for whatever reason, I have some theories about why it didn't quite come together. So for those of y'all that don't know, the Control Room Podcast is Wavy Baby. I think the moderator is Jamal. I think his name's Jamal. And then the other gal is I hope I'm saying this right. AB something underdog, right? But anyway, they I like what they do. All right. They, and I don't know how this came about, whose idea this was, but I can't even believe that let me say this. When I first saw it, I couldn't believe that he did it. And that was Coby from Phoenix Hip-Hop stepping to a microphone and talking about the participation list that he put out. All right. And right off the bat, we're going to start with some love. I want to give Coby credit for even stepping to the mic and putting any words to this at all, even though, and this is kind of, we're going to get into this, the Control Room Podcast gave you a softball interview, bro. They fucking softball. And we're going to talk about this podcast in a couple sections probably throughout this episode, but Coby still ended up kind of fucking it up for himself, but we're going to get there. But the first thing I want to say is that this was a clip that somebody sent me, and once they sent me this clip, I did watch the entire podcast. I don't want y'all to think that I am trying to slight folks. If somebody sends me something that's good, I do share some time and partake in what you got going on. So ladies and gentlemen, I did watch your podcast. And the first clip was right off the bat. Shout out to AB. I hope I'm saying that right. She right off the bat said it was biased. All right. And you get trust points from me because right off the bat, you kind of you said that. So I think the people that have a brain that were going to see this, it was there. It was like your fallback plan. If anyone kind of gives you shit, you can say, oh well, I said it was biased from the jump. Smart. I'm with that. All right. The problem is the next thing you said. All right. And the next thing you said was that, and I quote, you think Boom Bap is Arizona's sound. My dear, are you living under a rock? Okay, let me slow down. Because I know why you said that. You said that because Coby was there. So I understand you wanted to make him feel comfortable, that I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume that there was a conversation that, hey, this is what we're going to talk about, and this is what we're going to avoid. And on that avoid shit is kind of a big thing. The biggest thing that happened about Coby and Phoenix's hip-hop, top 75 participators, like that list, the biggest thing about that was me fucking obliterating it. That was the biggest thing that fucking happened with that list. That's what everybody was fucking talking about. And y'all absolutely avoided it like it was the plague. yo. And listen, I get it. But like I said, and that's kind of why when I first saw that he was gonna be there, I was like, oh my god, the Control Room is about to have the best fucking show of all time. Like they just talk about the obvious shit, and it's gonna be great. And I know that Coby doesn't kind of come across as the guy that would or maybe he does. I don't know. But I would have loved to him have gotten in depth on a lot of this shit. And like I said, if you talked about my fucking evisceration, he would have had to kind of take stances in certain areas, which it'd have been great fucking television. You know what I mean? But y'all fucking avoided it like the plague, and it was funny. But okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. This whole thing about Arizona sound being boom bap, name me fucking 10 popular boom bap artists in Arizona. You know what I mean? And like I said, I like boom bap. I'm not knocking boom bap, but basically what you said, because let me break it down for you, in layman's terms, what you said out your mouth was, hey guys, Arizona's sound is New York's sound. Who feels good about that? Let's just pretend that was the case. Who would feel good about that? Because there's a lot, and like I said, I'm not from Phoenix. I'm originally from Norfolk. But I can assure you that people that were born and raised in Arizona would not take kindly to that. And once again, I don't know you, like I said, but once again, I'm friendly. It's all good. But I don't think you believe that. I think you said that because Coby was sitting next to you. And like I said, I don't know why you would want to placate to anyone for that matter. But like that statement was utterly ridiculous. And I hope you know that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm giving you credit for like right off the bat saying that it was a biased list. Like everybody knows that. That's no fucking secret. You know what I mean? It was fucking Coby's favorite list. He just didn't fucking name it properly. All right. But then when you tried to act like, Arizona sound is boom bap, like how much boom bap are you playing in because I think you're a DJ. How much boom bap are you playing from Arizona artists at your fucking meetups or get-togethers or whatever it is you do as a DJ? So like I said, I'm not gonna harp on that point. My just thing with that is that no, it like I like you take a poll and like I don't think 10% of the community would be like, oh yeah, boom bap is the sound. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's hard to even name one artist that you would say is that dude is fucking amazing and he's like solely boom bap or he's like majority boom bap. And like I said, I have no problem being wrong if there are people that feel this way and truly do believe that. Show me. Like, listen, everything that I say, I'm going to stand on until somebody shows me otherwise. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had a talk with Peezy, and maybe this will be the segue. I had a talk with Peezy recently. It was a nice text exchange. You know what I mean? It was cordial. You know what I mean? Like, he was actually, quite respectable. It was all good. But he just wanted to let me know that he didn't agree, with a lot of the things I said. And mainly he made a big point to say like, that I said he's a bad rapper and that, I don't think that's completely accurate. I don't know if I said that he was a bad rapper. Now I did say that he can't rap on beat. But he told me that's untrue. Like he can get busy and he takes his craft very seriously. And I respect that he feels that way. You know what I mean? But just like I'm telling you, I would tell him the same thing. Show me. Like, okay, like, show me. So I'm assuming like the next track I get from you or the people get from you, or maybe you're going to like, I don't know, send out a post, you're going to do some content showcasing like a bunch of songs where you're rapping your ass off. You know what I mean? Like, because when you confront someone and say, hey, you're wrong, but you don't have any evidence to back it up, what would you like me to do? You know what I mean? Like what was the point of, and that's the other thing, like I don't, the chit chat at this point for me is just, dude, I like talking to very few people. So I hope you didn't think that, a quick text exchange was going to like change my mind. Now my mind can be changed. Like I said, I can be wrong on certain topics. Like I don't know you. Like I don't spend a whole bunch of time with you. Maybe you've got some secret vault with fucking, you know what I mean, verses that would rival Nas. I mean, I highly doubt it, but I mean, it maybe, you know what I mean? Show and tell time. You know what I mean? Like it's music, dude. We have fun doing this. Every time somebody says, yo, Adam, you can't do this musically, you know what I do? I go and do it. Now you may not get it, right that moment, and that's the other thing. You don't have to prove anything to me, bro. Like nobody has to prove anything to me. But that whole, that part of last week's episode, talking about you, like I hope that you see that as an opportunity, because what happened was now there was a lot of people that maybe didn't know you that quickly ran to check you out. And now that you have said that you're this great rapper, this is your opportunity to show them and convert them into new fans. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to get to super fans, but you start as just a kind of a casual fan. And I think there was a lot of people that maybe like me or just random folks that like got put on to you because of last week's episode. And, this is your chance to kind of like, put a stamp on shit, which is why kind of I sent you that message. Like, what I'm talking about. That was a gift, bro. That was 100% for you. Like I'm not talking about, I don't talk about, business at all, but bro, I'm here to help. I'm here to help people. I'm not here to fucking take advantage of you. I'm not here to fucking, hate on anyone. I'm just gonna like keep it a buck. Like I'm gonna fucking like say it kind of how I see it until shown otherwise. And so I hope that you see this as an opportunity to kind of prove to new people that you are one of those guys. You know what I mean? Because like when you say that, hey, I am this great rapper and can do all these things, well, if you listed, let's just say 20 of the best rappers currently in Arizona, and I'm talking about ones that put out music, where do you think you would fall on that list? Do you think you would even be on the list? Like, and this is why, like, I have this is gonna be a whole nother segue, yo. Like, I'm cooking. These media platforms that refuse to talk about relevant topics, I'm giving you a relevant topic. A lot of people, like, we all like 1800 Peezy. Why have I not seen anyone like do a segment about how amazing Peezy is as a rapper? You understand what I'm saying? Like I just said, all right, name me 20 of the best rappers in Arizona. You do it, and where does he fall on the list? Is he on the list? Like, you know, why would he be on the list? Why would he be over other people? Like, people would watch that. If y'all want to make music fans in Arizona, but don't want to fucking talk about music topics. And we all know why you don't want to talk about music topics is because if you talk about a lot of these music topics, it kind of exposes that y'all have been on bullshit for the past couple years, yo. Like I don't get it. Like, it's just, if somebody's feelings get hurt, like, y'all keep fucking portraying Arizona as like a bunch of pussies, and that ain't fucking the case, yo. Like talk about some shit that somebody cares about, yo. If motherfuckers get butthurt, fuck them. They just get butthurt. You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't get it, yo. Like, you can't keep acting like fucking the little brother and expect it to be treated like fucking a king. Like, that ain't how it fucking works. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember what fucking episode it was, and I told y'all, oh, it was the one where I said the thing about Blaze, and then Blaze posted something, and then I kind of had to kind of circle back and be like, no, bro, like, I'm standing on it. This is kind of what it is. But it was that the quote about, I was talking to somebody, and he was like, yo, Arizona is the little brother of every room they walk into, no matter who's in the room. Like, that's a fucking problem. And it's not going to change until you start fucking treating these dudes like fucking grown men. Like, yo, like, tell them like it is. Listen, I'm not saying to like have this piece where you're like straight up hating on people. That's not what the fuck I'm saying. But like, yo, a lot of these people need to kind of be told like it is. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's a way to do it that doesn't come across as hating, that isn't fucking malicious. It's just kind of factual based and like presenting the information and be like, hey, if you disagree, then show me otherwise. And that's what I did with Peezy in the last episode. Like I understand that the DJs kind of wanted his head top. Like I get it. I was hired for a job. I understand. But like, bro, I hope that it was received with some class, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we talked about a lot, and I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm looking forward to whatever it is he puts out next, because as a music fan, and after reading those text messages, I'm like, yo, he's about to do some rapping on his next shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's kind of where I am with that. Like I said, I kind of bounced around a little bit because, like I said, I told you, we're going to come back to the Control Room podcast because that, like I said, that still was a good show, even though they definitely kind of ran that shit at like maybe 50%. So we'll get back to it. But there's other things that are going to come up during this episode that I'm just going to go on. You know what I mean? Like I'm hot tonight. You know what I mean? Let that shit ride. You know what I mean? But this is a good time to take a break. So, Cornelius, let's take a break, and then we'll be right back.
They just be yakking and they saying shit, talking in circles, obnoxious and shit. I got the juices 100% for only the real and legit. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing, my G. When push of a button, the habit just coming and flees.
All right. So the next part of this was we're gonna go back to the Control Room Podcast episode. Was Wavy Baby interrupting and going on a little bit of a tirade, maybe not a tirade, but basically, so her thing was calling out female artists in Arizona. So the point that she was making was basically that female artists are not doing enough, are not doing what they're supposed to do to kind of put on for females in Arizona. And though she's not wrong, well, first of all, it ain't just females. Here's what I'll say. One of my pet peeves as a music fan is that guys that will look like they're doing a whole bunch of shit, like they look like they're all over the place, but you can't find no new music. All right, and that's not just a lady thing. That there's a lot of people in Arizona that have that affliction, and it ain't a good one. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm not saying that. I did almost 3 years of putting out a song every month. You don't have to do that, you know. And then shout out to Deli Every Day. I know he put out a song. I think he put out one every day for like an entire year, which is nuts. Like that's I remember when he did it. That shit was crazy. We have a song together, like Weirdo. Yo, if y'all haven't heard Weirdo, me and Deli Every Day, like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I know that I'm kind of segueing, but like, Arizona misses out on just classic Arizona shit, like Mount Rushmore songs for Arizona, for reasons that I can't determine. You know what I mean? Like, dude, Deli went fucking nuts on that record. Like, I went fucking bonkers. Like, the record it's just a great song that kind of showcases that Arizona is like that. You know what I mean? But there's so many people in Arizona that just don't know about that song. And it's a travesty. Like, it's a fucking crime. And like that listen, great songs that go unnoticed inside any state's music community, that I'm blaming on the DJs. So, and once again, I don't want to get back on it. I don't have a thing against the DJs, but like I said, I'm everybody's getting called out when like kind of the shoe fits, and like great music that goes unheard, like I said, inside your own community, that is the job of whoever is supposed to disseminate that music to the community. And you know, like I said, that's the DJs. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Wavy Baby was going off on the girls for not doing enough, and like I want to kind of walk the line on this because I don't want to be disrespectful, but like there were parts of this that kind of gave off the vibe that maybe I don't know how to say this. Maybe Wavy Baby forgets what it's like to be a girl, because they, like, females have a lot of shit going on. I mean, you have like known fucking rappers like in the game popping or were popping at one time that struggle with like being a female in the game, relationships, like feelings, emotions, like everything that goes into that. And it's understandable that especially chicks that are beginning, trying to get their foot in the game, are struggling finding some kind of balance to where they're putting out enough music but still taking care of themselves. Like, I think a lot of times, because I had this problem where I would forget the fact that women are sensitive, that they're fragile. Like, you kind of have to deal with them. I don't want to say with kid gloves, but like you kind of have to deal with them differently. You know what I mean? And be very understanding that they can be all over the place. So, and I'm saying this because I think I don't know how it works. So is Wavy Baby a stud? Is that or it just, she doesn't give off the vibe of a chick, and so when she was talking the way she was talking, it kind of came across as if one of the guys was trying to call out the girls. And it's just, but she actually is a girl, and it's basically, I guess what I'm trying to say, Wavy, is that the chicks is not gonna take that from you. Like they gonna tell you to kick rocks. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna look at it and be like, you don't understand our struggle with what we're going. Does that make sense? Like, this is a very touchy subject, and I want to be respectful. I'm not like, please do not take this shit and like run with weird ass shit. Don't do it, okay? But like, we got to be a little bit understanding of our girls in Arizona, because there is talent, but like a lot of that talent, one, needs to be kind of nurtured, needs to be kind of cared for properly, and then the other thing, when you do find one that is that's just got it or on a bender, for instance, like a Lepre. Like, I don't know if y'all heard like Lepre's last album, but it was fantastic. I think the bulk of the attention needs to go in that direction. If you want to put the females on, you know what I mean. And that was kind of one of the things. Like I don't want to rehash the fucking participation list. I don't, but I do want to just make it known because this is a question for folks that will say that they know music. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all had a record label right now and you had to pick one lady from Arizona to like have on your roster of artists, would you take and I like both of these women, would you take Indie Clouds or would you take a Lepre? I'm just asking. Once again, that's another question that kind of like, if you answer that question, that list looks crazy. We're not going back on that, but you understand what I'm saying. So just Wavy, just be understanding with the females, because it's tough for them. You know what I mean? I definitely think that you have a skill set. Like you might be able to bang more with the men. Like I said, I've heard your music, and I think you're good at what you do. You know what I mean? But it's definitely more along the lines of you would be able to work in rooms with men that are just go 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 go, when as other chicks maybe not only would not have the skill to do that, but would have to deal with other aspects of being a girl in that room. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows the stories of how, they say that Nicki Minaj coming up is, arguably the greatest female rapper of all time, but had to like fight off like guys just coming onto her nonstop in all these studio sessions. Wavy, I don't think this is a shocker or like news to you. I doubt that you have that issue. you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm trying to be respectful about it. So let's show them some grace. Let's be a little bit understanding. There's a lot of people that I'm like, yo, where's the music and why? I'm not gonna name names. There's a lot of ladies that like this kind of goes back to my factions in Arizona. There's factions that will say that no, this is the lady or that is the lady, but then maybe they've put out 3, 4, 5 songs this year, but they've all been not worth shit. And it's like, all right, well, the ladies do have problems, but they've got a lot of problems, and it's not all focused around music. So I want us to take it easy on the girls, okay? All right. Now, if you want to say what you said and like go after the guys, I'll stand behind you, like, cause there's a ton of dudes that they got it, but you can never get anything out of them, and that shit's frustrating. I mean, Arizona doesn't have a ton of music fans to like voice this this displeasure. But when Arizona does get that group of fans that are like now in tune to Arizona music and like an artist or whoever, and that artist goes fucking months, years without giving them nothing, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a fucking riot on your hands. So guys, don't listen. Please don't think that you're gonna fucking come sideways at me and you've done put out one song a year. If you're averaging 2 records a year, that's just not gonna fly. It's not gonna work. Like I will practically fucking ignore you. You know what I mean? Like that ain't gonna go. But I do think Wavy Baby is right. Collectively, men and women, you should always push yourself to do a little bit more. But like finding that balance for a chick is a lot harder than it is for finding it for a man, and that's why I'm okay with you fucking beating the guys over the head with it, but not so much the women. Okay, cool. All right, Cornelius, let's keep it rolling.
Best out, don't count if it don't involve me. Go talk off mark if it don't involve me. Dripped out in my own, only thing that's on me. You ain't know, but now you know.
Wanna get up. All right, so I think we're gonna just stay on the Control Room podcast kind of for the rest of the episode. Like I wanna give them their shine, because like I said, this was a good podcast, even though it totally ran at like 50%. Like they softballed it. This thing could have been a fucking slam dunk, yo. But they fucking, I don't want to say half-assed a bunch of shit. They just politely stayed away from shit. Because that was the thing. There's another part earlier. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I recommend y'all go watch it. Because y'all will just see that Adam wasn't crazy. And, like, I made a ton of sense. And everybody kind of got it. And this conversation, which could have been very fruitful for not only the podcast, but for Phoenix Hip-Hop and for the entire Arizona, I guess they were going through a part where they wanted to discuss, because I guess Coby said only the first 5 were numbered. Those were the only ones that were like as he says were accurately ranked. You know what I mean? And the only person that they talked about was Merkham's. And even with that, they totally left out all the shit about the hits that has been happening all year. Like, and I'm not saying you want to dogpile on anyone, but like you did that, and then you completely glossed over the entire back half of those 5. All right, when those 5 were probably, since Coby said those were the only few that were like accurately ranked. Those were the ones that you kind of wanted to get into, and I just thought that shit was hilarious. Like, I get it. You didn't want to put your man in the fire. I totally understand it. I get it. But like I said, you dropped a touchdown, bro. It's just it kind of is what it is. But anyway, so I want to get to this story that Coby told, because like I said, even though they softballed this interview, eventually he put his foot in his mouth anyway, or let me rephrase that. He put his foot in a bear trap. Like, he's like, hey, that's a bear trap. Let me step there. Clank, and now you stuck. When they've worked hard throughout this podcast to kind of like keep you upright, and you fell over anyway. So the story was, apparently he had a request from somebody for paid promo. So somebody wanted to pay him to post on the Phoenix Hip-Hop page. And when he did some digging, what the guy wanted to post was like some weird rap clip of him rapping about a foot fetish or some shit, all right? And to be fair, I agree with him. I'm not posting that shit on my page either. Like, fuck out of here. It's not happening. You know what I mean? The problem was, and I'm going to put the picture up right here, okay? Y'all look at this picture, and I'm going to ask y'all a question. And this is kind of where Coby, like, you need a little bit more self-awareness. Like, everybody can see that you're struggling with the fact that you're no longer a faceless account. Like, Phoenix Hip-Hop is the Coby account. Not that you're like a public figure, but you understand what I'm saying. You get it. Look at this photo, and I'm gonna ask y'all, if you had to pick one platform in Arizona to post this guy, where do you think this guy would be posted?
If she got some pretty toes, I'ma lick them, that's for sure. Then she gon' hop on my dick.
And that's where you have your problem. Because, Coby, this, especially after that list, the average consumer of like Arizona music, hip hop, and media would assume to find a guy like this on your page. Especially after that list. You know what I mean? So this, I don't know why I know why you told the story, because without a picture, you're good. And this is why I want to bring up that, because the picture came from an Instagram post from the control room. Yo, and if y'all did this shit on purpose, y'all dirty, bro. y'all agreeing. This shit was fucked up, yo. Y'all worked the entire fucking podcast to have this guy look reasonable. And then after it's out, yo, you tell that story and post a picture. That's crazy. Maybe y'all didn't think people were going to put 2 and 2 together, but like, nah. Yo, the internet is not as dumb as people think anymore. And yo, shame on the Control Room Podcast for this show. I wonder if Coby okayed this. Did he okay this? Like, listen, it doesn't matter. It wasn't smart, because it just this Coby, this guy looks like your cup of tea. Like, I mean, and that's without doing any type of research. Like I said, because Arizona doesn't have any music fans like that, they're gonna see this, keep strolling, and just chalk it up to, oh, that's one of fucking Coby's guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was funny. Like I said, I really enjoyed this podcast. I did. Like I said, man, it was a fucking missed opportunity, dude, because there was so much shit that the girls and Jamal could have talked about. Like this. I didn't expect y'all to fucking hammer Coby, because I had already done that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to fucking beat a dead horse. But just kind of set an example that at least a little bit, when it comes to these lists, like, we have to take it seriously. And that's gonna be the last clip, because like my last little segment for this, today's episode is gonna put a nice bow on this entire, Phoenix Hip-Hop 75, top participants list. And that's courtesy of Coby because, like I said, he told the story. If he hadn't upset anything, nobody would have known. And that's why kind of stepping to the mic and doing it was kind of a hit or miss. Like, I'd have been cool with you just saying nothing. Because, like I said, it was over and done with, yo. Like I said, we had already fucking, blown the list to smithereens. Like, you could have just, let sleeping dogs lie. But, so let's do that right now. Let's take a break, and then we'll cap this thing off, and we'll kind of lower this thing into the ground. You know what I mean?
Take it how you wanna take it, money got me motivated. I've been on my street shit, gutter but I elevated. Urban with the rock here, twist it up and fold them like a lawn chair. If I'm not the realest, something wrong here. I don't need the pop shit, been a heartbreaker with the drop kick. And if they want keys, I'm the locksmith. I've been on the move.
Alright, so this is for everyone that thinks the Bomber's a bad guy. Okay, because I'm gonna spin around and do this from the CtrlRoom Podcast. They had Coby from Phoenix Hip-Hop up there. And the dude saw the light, but kind of just waved the white flag. So I guess he was telling a story of, I guess, a guy that was on his 75 participants list that called him and I guess was telling him that he needs to take it more seriously. That there's a lot of people that like have to be on the list. Like, just basically, he was just saying that, hey, man, I want you to take this list seriously so that I can feel good about being on the list. That's basically what he was saying in so many words. But I'm sure Coby would say, no, that's not what he said. But anyway, long story short is that Coby basically, like I said, waved the white flag and was like, yo, man, I can't take myself that seriously. And so he did kind of like own up to it. But then it kind of opens up to, okay, so are you going to do a list next year? Here's my opinion, what I think is going to happen next year, because it's what I would do just to kind of avoid a bunch of the bullshit. And like I said, Coby, this is just his free advice, bro. Like I said, just call the list your favorite list, bro. Call the list like somebody told me that in this podcast you were kind of talking about how you value fans and how you want to find music fans. That sounds all good, but then you have trouble being a music fan, bro. Just, it's okay to have a list of your favorite people, and it's okay to put it out, like own it. Like at this point, like you're not some ghost behind Phoenix Hip-Hop anymore. Like you're a face with a name. Like it's totally okay for you to fucking put your stamp on it. Because when you say out loud that you don't take yourself seriously, like Arizona doesn't need people that don't take themselves seriously, because if you don't take yourself seriously, how can I expect you to take anything else seriously? Does that make any sense? Like, and I don't know, maybe this is some alpha talk, but I'm not trying to like lowbrow you or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to say, because I want to commend you for this whole kind of I surrender thing. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, the list kind of wasn't perfect. It I got called out by people that were on the list. But like, just call it your favorite list and own it, and people will feel good about being on the list. Because as I said, and as you told with this story, like people that are on the list don't feel good about being on the list because they're realizing that, wait a minute, there's a lot of people on this list that maybe shouldn't be there, and there's a ton of people not on this list that have to be there. You understand what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I just said that to kind of give Coby a golf clap for it. Dude, it's okay to say you got it wrong, bro. It's okay to be like, all right, you know what, this kind of wasn't kind of the way to do it. It didn't go kind of how I intended, and it sucks that your wake up call has to be somebody in your camp. But like, I think that's where you get some of the best advice, because they'll be honest with you, and you should definitely like thank whoever it was that kind of called you and had this conversation. I hope you didn't like shut him out, and like I hope you're not treating him differently, because he did you a solid. He did what I did, just a ton times nicer, I guess. Because I got phone calls that I was bullying you, bro. Like that shit was crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. But golf clap for Coby for like just admitting that All right, yeah, man. The list was a big old crop, but it's just we're past that. We're moving on. Okay, all right. So, Cornelius, what do we got next?
We have plenty, sir. Enjoy your day.